This is a fan-generated show. If you would like to support us, please go to jamieglazov.com, and also don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure to order Jamie Glazov's new critically acclaimed jihadist Psychopath. How he is charming, seducing, and devouring us. All your support is greatly appreciated.
So I chose to carry on my fight for my country that I was determined to defend in other ways, and I became part of the media, the mainstream media in fact. I was a national columnist for Mail Online for 2 years, a national columnist for our biggest newspaper, specifically targeting regular, traditional, working class people for 2 years, and I had a commercial radio show broadcast in the centre of London that was at the top of its ratings. But of course, once you start to really fight for your country and ask the awkward questions, those sorts of positions become untenable quite rapidly. So once you start to ask, if Islam is so fantastic, why is it that Muslims always come to Christian lands? Once you start to ask, why is it that we tiptoe around the cultures that choose to join us, but we fail to stand up for the cultures they choose to join? Why is it that the majority of the men targeting our white girls are Pakistani Muslim men? Once you start asking those questions, you become quite unpopular in the mainstream pretty fast with your bosses. So I lost my radio show. In quick succession, I lost my newspaper column. And once they've come for you professionally, then they come for you personally too. So they came for me financially with lawfare, case after case after case, where now you can be sued for libel just through a tweet in the UK. They came for me and my children, so I was reported to social services as a bad mother, and social services were involved in my family to see if it was appropriate for me to keep my 3 children. And then they come for you physically as well, of course. Judge Janine spoke about the fact she can no longer report in the streets of New York because people feel empowered to attack her in the street, verbally in New York. In the UK, that's physically too. So a couple of jihadis set out to behead me for my comments on Islam. This was a couple years ago now. They are both now in jail, so that's a win for the system, I suppose, and a win for me too. But the female wanted my head as a wedding present from her jihadi husband. She was called Akafahafahapaha, I think. I never quite got the detail. And together with her fiancé, a gentleman called Akafahapaha. They plotted to behead me. They got one of those dummies, like a shop dummy. My father says the resemblance was uncanny. And they practiced chopping my head off. People came into my home, where I have my children, way down in the countryside, away from the towns, away from the cities, way far away, my little nest with lovely Mark in, that many of you know. My 3 children, they are 15, 14, and 10 now. And in the middle of the night, they came and installed a panic alarm into my home, told me that if anyone should break in, I should run to the top floor, shake this box, and hopefully help would come. Then they left in the middle of the night and told me not to worry. But anyhow, this is the sort of thing we're up against in the UK, and you can see how you guys are following not so far behind us, I guess. I'm not concerned by any of these things. I have the attitude that if I put myself out there, that's absolutely appropriate. And if I don't like any of this stuff, I can go home and sit on my sofa and shut up. And frankly, I signed up to fight for my country a very long time ago, and I will continue to do that until someone else decides that my time is up. Oh.